Hi, Stacy here with Bluebird Paper and Thread. Thank you for joining me today. It is Saturday, May 16th, 2026. It's a gorgeous spring day here. It's warm, a little bit of overcast this morning, a few clouds still left, but I mean, the sun is out, the planes are up, so if you hear them, I apologize. And it's just a really lovely day here in Southern California. If you are new to my channel, welcome. My channel is on my hobbies. Right now, that's primarily cross-stitching with a little bit of sewing, a tiny bit of quilting thrown in. I also enjoy paper crafting. I like to make greeting cards, gift tags, gift card holders, treat boxes, that kind of thing. If you are returning, welcome back. I'm so glad that you decided to come back by and see what I've been up to. This past week, actually it's been 2 weeks. Last week I had training. I had to train teens. Is that what it was? What was it? I was training teens. By the time I got home, I really wasn't in the mood. I also been on a mission to finish sewing project bags, and I was successful. So the goal today is to take photos of them and get them listed in my shop for y'all. Let's see. So in the last 2 weeks, I've been doing a lot of sewing, a little bit of cross stitch. I have a new start, quite a few WIPs that I pulled out and worked on, and I think that's it. Nothing really. I mean, we had Mother's Day. That was lovely. My sister hosted. We had Mexican food brought in and a yummy cake from a Cuban bakery, Porto's. If you're in Southern California, you know. It was delicious, and then that was early in the afternoon because my niece works a swing shift, so she had to leave at like 2:30 to go to work. So it was lovely. We had a lovely afternoon, came home. My daughter and her boyfriend followed us home, and they hung out here for a little bit. We wound up having dinner, aka I'm sure that's so that, you know, Dad would pay for dinner. You know how it goes when you're out on your own for the first time, and sometimes you just need to have your parents buy you dinner. So we did. We had a lovely time, and then they left, and I finished up the day stitching, and it was fabulous. Work was easy-ish this week. I mean, not too bad. Still construction, but they are slowly moving away from my corner of the office, and so the saws are outside my office, but that doesn't bother me so much as the banging and the music right on the other side of my office wall. They are constructing. We had to remove a wall. They're reconstructing that wall. They now need to put the siding up and the windows in, and then that one will be done. So I'm not quite sure what the holdup is, but so I have a little bit more, construction to work through, and then they've been moving on to other parts of the building. So I'm happy. Okay, so let's just jump in. I've got a new start WIPs haul, such a pretty haul, and we will go from there and see what else I can come up with. Okay, so in a project bag that I made, this is one of the styles that will be going up for sale. This one has this pretty floral lining in it. I think all of them have that floral lining. I decided to break out Bit of Honey. Notforgotten farm charts came in, so they're now in the shop. I don't think I have all of the littles, but I have most of them. And so I loved this little girl bunny, and I decided I have a lemon picture frame. I think I showed it a couple weeks ago in a haul video. And my display right now on my tier tray is lemons, and I thought she would be really cute. And on the top of the tier, I have a ceramic bee skep with some bees attached to the outside of it. It's really cute. So I thought she would fit nicely into that lemon picture frame. So I pulled her out, and I'm using the called for flosses. This is the color palette, really easy peasy. Did I break one? I feel like one's in here. No, that's it. Easy peasy, although I might have one that I'm missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am missing one. I'm going to Hobby Lobby later today. I need to write that one down. But so far, these are the colors. And I'm stitching this on a 36 count Aspen by Weeks Dye Works. And that was my start. And I think I started this one on Mother's Day, if I'm not mistaken. So most of the dress, the stripes on the dress are done. A couple more stripes to do, and then I fill in the yellow. So she'll be a quick stitch. And then I will finish her round because the opening in the lemon picture frame is circular, and then she'll be really cute in my tray. So I want to try to get her finished, if not this weekend, next weekend, so that I can enjoy her for a little bit before I switch out in June to strawberries. We'll see. It would be fun to have a finish. I pulled out Happy Campers by the Blue Flower. This reminds me of national parks and camping and all the things that go with it. I do have this chart in my shop, so if you're interested, you can go check it out. I am stitching this on 40 count chocolate milk by Fabrics by Stephanie. And I'm using the called for colors, which are mostly DMC, a couple of weeks, and a classic color works. Actually, what I did is the sky was supposed to be in cadet, and it's reading very green. And that bothered me for a night sky, so I changed it to blue corn. And I'm much happier with it. And here is my progress. It's been a while since I pulled this one out. I finished the moth with the exception of the antennae. I started filling in, this is night sky, this is night sky, and this one is night sky. So I started filling in this night sky. And I also filled in the marshmallows here on this end, and I started working on this vignette box as well. So it went, I feel like I got a lot done. It's so cute. I just love it so much. My thought was to hang this up in my office at work. I work at a camp. It seems like it kind of fits. We'll see though. I might like it too much. I might want to keep it at home. Although I will say, if I hang it up at work, I'll see it every day. I do this at least once every video. I leave my floss out of a project bag. This is also a project bag made by me. This is a Sweetwater label that I had that I thought looked really cute with this project bag. This is a birthday charm zipper pull. My goal is to make some of these for bags as well to sell in the shop, but I'm not quite there yet. And in here, the reason it's got the birthday charm on it is because this is my birthday start from 2022. We went to Tennessee. Whatever summer that was, that's when I started it. And it's Summer Quaker by Leela's Studio. And the reason this one kind of took a back burner was because I am stitching this on 36 count, and I was so excited to start it on my birthday in a hotel room in Tennessee that I forgot I stitched 36 count 1 over 2, and I started 2 over 2. Then I had the realization that I was going to run out of this color right here, that's the diagonal right here, because it's used a lot. So my goal is to stitch this frame and then all of these little lines here so that they can be consistent with the one that I already stitched here, and then I can kind of fudge everything else. Then the last time I picked this up, I thought, okay, well, you can take your Quaker vignettes and you can add color to them, like this right here. And so that's what I did with this one here, to kind of conserve on that blue, because that is the same color blue. So I am stitching this with all the called for colors, and they're gorgeous. DMC. And I'm stitching this on 37 count Russian tea cake linen. And here is where I'm at. So instead of stitching this entire motif in this blue, I did the branches in the green and the bird in the light blue. So I finished up that motif. I added the S, this motif, and I started working on this one. It's really cute. I really enjoyed working on this. Like I said, it's been a while since I pulled it out. It's going to have to make its way into the rotation a little more frequently because it really was fun. And I love it in this bag. The pink doesn't really go with anything, but my birthday charm does go with the bag. So, you know, it's a win-win. Really cute. Gunner. I have Gunner in here. We'll see how well he behaves. Okay, ask me how my Christmas WIP go is going. You don't have to. I'll tell you. It's not. I've not been following along with the WIP Go. I have my WIP Go chart made out. I haven't been working it because I've been busy doing other things. But I decided that I was going to go ahead and pull out a Christmas stitch this last week, and I reached for Quaker Christmas Star because this one is very close to being done. I have this motif to do, and I needed to finish this motif, and I needed a couple more stitches in this one. And so what I did is I wound up finishing this one and doing a little start on this one. And here is my progress. Stitching this on Vintage Country Mocha, but what size? 36 count Vintage Country Mocha. I did change the red. I thought the red in the chart was a little too orange for me. Probably really close to a true hollyberry color, but I really liked the red better. So I swapped my red out for, I think it was $3. $4.98. I think it was $8.16. So when this is done, I plan on finishing it like the star, and I do plan on doing the beading around it. So it'll be a star pillow with the beading. I think it's going to be gorgeous. I really can't wait. I still haven't found the vintage beads that were my grandmother's, so I need to keep looking for those because that would be really nice on this one. They were silver at one point, but now they're tarnishing, and I think it would look really nice and give that piece a really nice vintage feel. So I need to find those. Otherwise, I'll just use like a silver bead. And I pulled out a new Friday focus. My new Friday focus is Ladybug Picnic. If you are new here, what I decided is I have a lot of pieces that are at the 50% or more mark, and they get neglected. So I thought I'm going to do a Friday focus. I'm going to pick a piece, a WIP that is 50% or more done, and I'm going to work on that every Friday until it's done. And so Ladybug Picnic was the next one that I picked. And I am stitching this on the called for, which is a 32 count pomegranate linen by Fabrics by Stephanie. And oh my gosh, she's so cute. So I finished the main body of the ladybug. I do have to do her antennae and then fill in, you know, the flowers and the leaves. So yesterday when I was done sewing project bags, I sat down and I added, I finished this leg, added the black for her head, and I started filling in some of the green and brought the green over here. Oof, it's warm. I have the air conditioner, and I don't think it's too loud for you guys, but it's a little distracting for me. And called for colors. So she will come out every Friday until she's done. I chose her because she will be quick to finish, and I already know how I'm going to finish her. She'll be done on a round, and then I have a white flower from Hobby Lobby that I'm going to stick her on, and then she'll kind of coordinate with the botanical bee. Do I have him close by? I do not. So they'll be a nice pair together. This is a project bag done by me with a zipper pull, also by me. And in here I have 324 by Works by ABC. This was released in 2024, and it uses all of the DMC, most of the DMC, not all. And if you wanted to, though, you could finish it. You could finish it like one of these. I am stitching mine on a 40 count optical white linen. I didn't get as much done on this as I had hoped, but I still, you know, I made progress. I'm missing a couple threads, flosses. So I'll need to write those down because, you know, again, going to Hobby Lobby, just pick them up. But here is where I'm at. So I added, I think, these two and these two here. Maybe these down here as well. I do have this chart in my shop, and I have this year's version as well in the shop. Let me see if I can find it. Which is this one, the whole shebang, $4.82. This one is stitching all 428 of the colors. I don't think I'll be doing this one, but I liked the idea. I think it's a pretty design for sure. We'll see. I could change my mind. I've been known to do that a lot. And then the flosses that I'm working with right now are gorgeous. The gorgeous, gorgeous blues. Real pretty. So, what I do is I just look ahead. Let me explain, because if you're new and it's been a while, I want to explain how I do this. I made a copy of this to be my marking copy, my working copy. And each of these squares has the color that corresponds with the floss that should be stitching, that you should be using to stitch the motif. So when I'm done, I highlight it. That way I know that it's done. So you can see, like, there's an empty spot here. I need to grab that color. So what I do is when I work through the floss that's on this ring or get close to it, I come back out and I start looking ahead at what's coming up, and I start pulling those flosses. And so that I can just keep going without really stopping. And then how I know which motif is actually done, I will, how do I want to do this? I will take some tape and I will put some Post-it tape over the design, and that lets me know that it's done. So that's how I've been working it. That's how I keep track of what I'm doing. I do enjoy this project quite a bit. It's really nice, and I love all the colors. That just makes me really, really happy. I pulled out my summer trio. It's been a while since I worked on this. I have this one already stitched, so I'm working on this little guy with the bird. I did something different with the linen on this one. I'm stitching it on a 36 count Zion Sunset. I do not recall the designer of, or the dyer of the fabric. Hi. You're being a good boy. Yeah. You're being a good boy. Your lovey-dovey eyes. Okay. No, no. So here's my stitching. I'm not real happy with my French knots, but French knots are tricky. Sorry, he just bumped the table. But I finished the bird, and I started the blue flower, and I started the strawberries above the bird. And he's going to keep bumping the table, so I'm going to go put him in. One moment. Okay, we lasted longer with him out here than I thought we would. Anyways, I think it's super cute. I'm excited to get this one done as well. I really liked this fabric, and I thought it reminds me of summer. For some reason, I'm not quite sure why, but I wanted it. I wanted to be just a little different with this one, so that's why I chose it. And the called for colors look really good with it. And then this is the trim that I'm going to use, kind of a silk eyelash trim that I picked up from Colonial Williamsburg when I was there a few summers ago. Silk eyelash. This is, well, I don't know what color it is, but there's that. I know these are messy, but anyways, you get the idea. So I'm excited to keep working on this, get it finished, move on to the third one, fully finish them before summer, or sometime in summer, and get them displayed. I see them together in a dough bowl. I think that'd be really cute. Okay, next, in a project bag by me with a charm done by me. Super cute. I have Beach Quaker by Primrose Cottage. I did have to do some frogging on this one. I was not too happy, but I moved it along in a different way. I got off somewhere. I am stitching this on a scrap piece of linen. I believe it is a 36 count raw linen. Oh, I have it here. Oh, yeah, 36 count raw Edinburgh linen. Here is where I'm at. So I had the turtle all outlined and his flippers and everything, and I was off. And so I couldn't find my mistake. I just ripped the whole thing out and started all over. And I started over by starting with the darker blue as my base to count from, and that's working much better. Tight margins on this. It was a scrap, but I think it's going to be fine. I think it's going to look great. I just need to get it across the finish line. I got a lot to do. She has a new one coming out, Whimsical Quaker. It's so cute. I'll have that one in the shop as well. Really, really cute. Okay. Butterfly Cloche by Hello from Liz Matthews. I've been working on this for a while. The butterflies don't look like they would be difficult, but they take some time. Especially when you stitch on 40 count linen. Cafe au lait is what I'm stitching this on. But here we are, making a little progress. So I have just the circle in this wing to finish, but these three wings are finished, And I just need to fill in this one with the white. And then there's another butterfly, I think, off here. I think. Yeah, kind of up in here, a smaller blue butterfly. And then I have 3 more butterflies after that, and she'll be done. I see this framed hanging in my bathroom or in my bedroom. I think it's really, really pretty. And again, I'm using the called for DMCs. Real pretty color palette. I really can't wait to get to this deeper blue. Sorry, this deeper blue here. 3809. I think it's going to look really pretty. And that's that one. Isn't that funny? I don't really remember working on this in the last 2 weeks, but maybe I did. I'll show it anyways. This is a Star Wars piece. I purchased the pattern off of Etsy, and I purchased it for my husband. I'm stitching this on 40 count Verdal or Verdal linen and in white. And here is where I'm at. I think I'm at like 2.5%. I would like to stitch on this one again. I do not know if it will be today or not. I need to make myself a new makeup bag, and I need to make something as for a gift, and so that I need to focus on today. But if I have to, they're pretty quick to work up, so I'm hoping that I might have a little time, and I'll probably pull this one out. We'll see how my eyes are doing. It does require a little bit of concentration, even though it's a lot of black right now. It still requires some concentration because there's little confetti colors of gray or navy or olive green tucked in there. The goal is to get that finished before I die. I don't know if it's going to happen. Dreaming of Poppies by Rosewood Manor. Designed by Karen Kluba. I love it. I am stitching this on what am I stitching this on? 32 count Winter Moon linen. So it's going to be big. But here we are. So this is pretty much the top. I think I have a couple more. No, this is the top. This part of the stem is the very top. So I'm just trying to finish this page, and then I think I'm going to start moving across. I'm not sure. Her chart is kind of cut up and it's difficult to follow. So I'm not really sure where I'll end up. But this to me screams summer. I think it's the reds. A lot of colors on this because the shading is very very subtle. So you can see like these colors look very, very similar, these 3 bright oranges, but they're different and they're gradiated. So you really, the 4th, so you're really getting a subtle gradation with them. Same with like these, very subtle. So there's a lot of color changes on this one. Stitching it 2 over 2 because it's a 32 count. And that's kind of where I'm at. It's going to be beautiful. I bought a frame for Land That I Love by Teresa Kogut, and it's a shiny black, and I hated it for that one. I think this piece is going to work in that frame. So I'm really excited to get that done and see if I can't get it into that frame. I don't know if I worked on this on Mother's Day or not. I might have. This is my Sunday sampler. So much like Friday Focus, I'm taking Sunday sampler, and I am picking a sampler that is at least 50% done, that's been hanging around in my WIP pile for a while, and I'm working on it every Sunday until it's done. Now, I haven't been working on my Saturday stitch, which was the Star Wars, or my Sunday sampler for a while, but when I do stitch on a Sunday, this is probably what I'm going to be picking up. More likely than not. But here I am. So I finished the flowers up to this point on the bottom, and I worked on the the water. And I did half of the eyes of the fish, and I did their little fins too, which you really can't see because it's very, very similar to the same color. It looks a little lighter. This is on 40 count overcast linen by Cedar River Linens, and it's stunning. And I love it, and it's very close. I should just probably buckle down and get it done. But I also enjoy stitching on it. And I've noticed that if I enjoy stitching on something, I don't rush to get it finished quite as quickly. Okay. Let's put some of these back. I do have a haul. My Classic Colorworks, my Floss Fix came in from Fat Quarter Shop. I canceled that today because I now have Classic Colorworks in my store. You will not find them on the website just yet. I want I want it to be easy to find what you want. So on the Floss page, I want it to be like Weeks Dye Works and Classic Colorworks. Well, they're working right now on grouping Classic Colorworks together in one spot and all the Weeks Dye Works, which already is on the website, into one spot. So you won't see them just yet. I'm hoping to have that up this week. So fingers crossed. But here are the colors. And it's Sunshine Girl, Sweet Potato, Sweetest Heart, Tabby, Tahiti Orange, and Tangerine. Really pretty. So that's done. Okay. Next. If you paid attention to my last video, if you saw it, I kind of went a little bonkers for the fabric A Cat Named Stitch. There is not one thing I dislike about the fabrics in this collection. I love the colorways. I love the vintage feel. I love the flowers. I love the cats that are on a couple of them. The lower volume pieces I love. So I bought some yardage because I want to make project bags. Well, this order came in. I also ordered, which I talked about last week, or the last video, I ordered some pre-cuts, and I actually forgot that I had already ordered pre-cuts, and I ordered some of them again, but I'm not sad because I can use them to make several different kinds of quilting projects, and I'm really excited for that. So this yardage I'm going to use for project bags, the accessory pouches. Let me show you what the accessory pouch looks like. So when I cut out the project bag, I have a little bit of fabric left over, and rather than that go to waste, I decided to make accessory pouches. So some of them have a gusset, some of them are just a flat envelope. But I figure extra floss, needles, scissors, anything that you need that you want to keep, that's loose, that you want to keep tabs of, could go in here. You could also put money in here. You could put gift cards in here. You can put makeup in here. Many, many uses for these cute little pouches. So this is what I bought. I bought this color. I don't know which way it goes, which I think would pair really well with this on the inside, which is also from the line. I bought this really pretty green because I don't have a lot of green fabric, and then this gorgeous gray. And this this print, it's the same as the pink, would look cute with this as a lining. Would also look cute with the green as a lining fabric. And then I've got this floral. This screams like vintage tablecloth to me. I just love it. And then this one I love too. And I think my makeup bag is going to be out of this fabric because it's darker, but I'm torn between the two. But I keep thinking it's going to be this one. I like the vibrant colors. It's darker, so it won't show the dirt as much. And then, of course, I bought it in the gray. So pretty. And a light pink. I also bought, it got delivered today, but I have it delivered to my husband's work, so it's not here yet. The half-yard bundle. I know. I wasn't going to, and then I decided to do it. And the reason I decided to do it was for a half-yard bundle, that would be good to make other things or to use for some of the quilting projects that I have in mind for this line. Maybe good backing fabric, maybe a little bit of a lining, and I wouldn't have to cut into yardage like this to get to line things. So I could make more with more outside of the bags with this, and use the half yards for lining or for other projects. So and I might even use the half yard for the makeup bag too. We'll see. So that came really pleased with that line. It's so pretty. Okay, so I showed you the pouch. Okay. I am a member of Chantel's 141 Design Company, a member of her Patreon. It's a little pricier, I think. I can't remember how much she charges for the tier that I'm on. But quarterly, she sends you goodies. And this quarter, it's these darling pinwheels. And when I opened it up, I thought, did she mess up? How could I wind up with 3? I'm not sad. No, she sent 3 pinwheels to each of us. And then it comes with some sandpaper and the buttons and a paintbrush and the paints. Then she does a video on how to finish them. So we have a red, a white, and a blue, and a brown. Or I think that's brown. So she was talking, I watched her video, and she was talking about you could decoupage, you can stencil, you can do all kinds of things. I do think I have star stencils. So I'm going to finish one very similarly to this one. And then I have somewhere, I've already kind of started to look. I can't find it yet, but it might be in that stack over there. I have some patriotic paper from Authentique that I think would look really cute. I'm going to decoupage one and then stain the top of it to kind of age it out a little bit. And so I'll paint 2, decoupage 1, and I have an idea, like put one in my tiered tray, put another in some kind of a container. Like, I just really want to make it cute. So I'm excited to have these. And I got a lot I need to paint. So I need to make a day and paint. Okay. That's pretty much it. That's everything that happened in 2 weeks. If you are still with me, thank you so much. I really do appreciate you hanging out. This week coming up, I am working through Thursday, and then I took Friday off again and Tuesday off. So I needed to use some vacation time, so I just tacked it on to Memorial Day weekend. To give me a little bit of a break. I may do something similar next week or next month. We'll see. I need to use enough of my vacation time that I'll have enough vacation time to take when I go to market in the spring. So it's kind of tricky. But anyways, so I will have a long weekend next weekend. My goal, I have so many things I want to do. My goal is to get out here and finish cleaning things up and putting it away. I'm almost there. I think one good half day, 3/4 of a day out here will tie it up nicely, and I think that'll be good. I also want to work on more project bags. The sewing bug has hit again, so I'm very excited about that. I want to start some new cross-stitch projects. I need to do some painting. I want to work on my paint by numbers that I have in the house. The paints are starting to dry up a little bit, so I want to get that done before we get too far into the summer. So yeah, I've got a lot that I want to accomplish next weekend. I don't know that we're doing anything. We might barbecue for just us here at the house. My husband has to work on Memorial Day. We could potentially do something here on Sunday. If we do, then that takes crafting out of the loop for one of the days, but I think that's okay. And just spend some time outside. Tomorrow we're going to my favorite nursery, and my husband's like, what do you want for Mother's Day? So we are going to do that, go to the nursery, get a new I really like the glazed terracotta pots. I feel that it holds moisture a little bit better, and they're gorgeous. So I said I'd really like a new terracotta pot and a new rose. So we're going to go do that. I think I'm also going to pick up a few flowers to replant my fairy garden on the front porch, and some things out in the backyard that need, now that Bentley doesn't live here anymore, I don't have to worry about them being eaten. So I'd like to plant some things and get the backyard looking pretty again. I also want to try bringing out some of my cushions for patio furniture. I think Gunnar might be old enough that he'll leave them alone. Last time I brought them out and left him out there, I see him trotting across the yard with a giant cushion in his mouth, just proud as can be. Look what I've got, a giant chew toy. So I don't want him to chew them up. That's why they haven't been out. But it would be really nice to bring them out, keep them out, so that I could just come out here and sit and hang out with him and maybe do a little stitching or reading or computer work, whatever it is I need to do. It would be nice to utilize the backyard in that way. So we are going to do some of that this weekend. That's it. 3 weeks until our summer camp starts, so it's getting down to the wire there. And before you know it, I'll be heading off to resident camp and spending the week in the mountains, which is lovely. And then summer will be over. At least it'll feel like it. But I'm really trying to enjoy as much of the summer as I can this year, because I haven't been able to in the last several years. So it would be really nice if I could actually enjoy the summer. So that is it for me. I hope you have a great week coming up. I hope your weekend is relaxing, and I know there's a bunch of retreats going on. If you got to a retreat, I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, happy stitching. Bye.